everybody, we're back. It's the Green Architects Lounge. I'm your host, Chris Briley.
And I'm your host, Phil Kaplan. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Phil.
We're back.
We're back. Man, you had us scared leaving us there for a little bit, but you're back.
Yeah.
I told everyone not to worry, but and I was right. See, I was right. Here he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they may not even know that we were gone because we recorded a bunch before I left.
Yeah.
We still had a little bit of pause, and Chris had a very sweet little.
Yeah.
He was very forgiving. Let me off the hook.
Yeah.
Bought us a few more days.
Yeah. So that means
thank you.
Phil buys the drinks for the next time we go out.
Happy to do it.
Yeah. So
Cheers.
cheers, everybody. All right.
Can I tell you what we're drinking tonight,
Yeah,
Chris?
wait. Well, we said cheers, so we have to drink.
Oh, yeah.
I have to get past this plant that we put in here.
Oh, the plant is key. And squeeze your lime.
Oh, right. I forgot to squeeze my lime.
And we'll talk about it.
All right. Phil, what the heck are we drinking here? This is actually really delicious.
Well, I'll tell you a little bit of what
right.
we're drinking, but first we should talk about what the topic is tonight.
Oh, sure.
We're talking about low voltage lighting.
Right. Low voltage lighting. I'm super jazzed, super excited about this because I'm like, this is a subject that I'm new at. Like, I'm new at this, you're new at this, and it's like we're all going to be new at it, and then we're all going to be like old at it because
soon enough.
It's like a rapidly changing thing.
It is the future.
It is.
So we understand.
Right. But back to the drink. So
yeah.
So what is this?
So this is the low voltage spritz.
The low voltage or on the streets, the kids are calling it the LV spritz.
That's what they call it on the streets of Palermo.
That's right.
Yes.
So
can I tell you a little bit about this?
Yes, please.
So it's a low voltage because it's low ABV.
That's right.
Okay, which is kind of
we're gonna drink 3.
Kind of nice. We could if we wanted to.
Absolutely could.
We might, as far as you know.
Right.
But one of the reasons I wanted to do a low voltage cocktail is a little bit of a reaction to my time when I was in Italy. So I had a sabbatical for a couple months. I spent about 4 weeks of that in
Lucky
Italy.
guy.
And you know what you saw everywhere, Chris.
I do know. I've been to Europe.
Tell me what you saw.
Aperol spritz.
Aperol spritz.
Yeah.
No. Okay. So you hear me get a little.
Yeah, that was a little extreme because I like a good Aperol spritz. But you know when I like it? When I'm abroad and I'm a tourist. So it feels like the Aperol spritz feels like, a summer touristy, enjoying your time on the sidewalk cafe with an umbrella and lots of sun.
And I am, I do not want to come across as contemptuous. Like,
sure.
It's a fine drink, but to me, the Aperol is a little cloyingly sweet.
Yeah.
It's kind of bright and cool looking.
Yeah.
But there are other versions of this that are more interesting than just the plain Aperol. Yeah,
you said to me, like, we can do so much better. Like, you were so emphatic.
So we are doing better tonight.
We're doing better. Okay.
Yeah.
And now Phil went a little overboard. He doesn't think this is overboard. But like, I think like you could just take some mint and just put a couple mint leaves in there, which is probably how I'm going to do it.
But then you get the full waft in your face.
Yeah, he loves to have this and just hitting your face. And you got to kind of like forage for it. That's a bit much. But okay. So the drink is very good, and so
it's super easy to make. So what I want to encourage folks is to think about an alternative to the Aperol spritz. So the key to the Aperol spritz is the Aperol Amaro, and it's really kind of very simple. It's a 3-2-1. Okay, 3 parts Prosecco, 2 parts Aperol, and 1 part soda, club soda.
Right. So
or seltzer, whatever.
Right.
Yeah,
and so
it works
for ours.
Yep.
Yeah. So there's your 3 parts Prosecco.
Yes.
And then instead of the Aperol, we're going with Cynar, which is delightful. And if you know us, you know we drink this stuff.
Yeah, I think we've talked about this when we introduced Black Manhattans.
Yeah,
among other
cocktails that we do.
So. And you're looking for something that could be around as sweet as the Aperol, but it doesn't have to be. Again, like I think it's a little sweet and a little strong.
Right.
The Cynar is a little more complex. It's
also a little sweet, so you still get that.
Yeah, totally. The other thing that you can use as an option, Amaro Nonino is is a drink that it's an Amaro that we're starting to see in bars all around the country.
Yeah, thanks
So
to
the paper plane.
the paper plane is what made
Right.
that famous. And you can also use Averna, Amaro Averna for a paper plane.
That's right. Averna,
Excellent.
Averna is excellent. Montenegro. Some people
Montenegro, yeah.
use. Same things here. You know, try something different in your spritz.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite Amaro other than Aperol? No shade to Aperol. Aperol's great, but we have so many to choose from.
Yeah, I
so
made
many
one with a
delightful things.
Fernet Branco last night.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
Nice. Good
not
for
so
you.
good.
Oh,
But I tried it, and I love that
good. You gotta try,
your taste
kids.
might be different than mine. So anyway,
Cheers.
Here's the
And
LV
Zena.
spritz.
And now I'm down to mint leaves. So there you go.
I'm still face first.
I still smell it. It still hits me. That's still part of it. Man.
But
super-
one thing we forgot to say:
Yeah.
fill your glass with ice, just
Oh, yeah.
all the way up. That's part of the thing that makes it ABV or low ABV. It's because you want it to be diluted.
This is a summer drink.
Yeah.
You're
Cold,
outside.
cold.
This is super cold. It's melting fast. So you gotta drink it fast. And that's okay because it's low ABV. You're gonna have a great time. You're out in the sun. You're on vacation. Even if you're not. You are when you're drinking this. So.
That's right. So when you drink it, most likely the sun is going to be out. But if you drink it at home and the lights are off, it's a little dimmer, you're going to need to do something about that.
Yeah.
You're going to flick on those lights, Chris.
Yeah, maybe they're gonna be low voltage
I think
for your
they-
low voltage cocktail.
I
All right,
think
let's
they
get to
absolutely
it.
will,
Oh
yeah.
wait, let's take a break for our sponsors. You know them, you love them, probably. If you're building cool stuff, these are great sponsors. We'll be right back.
We're back.
We're back.
Let's hear about the
Low voltage lighting.
low voltage lighting.
Well, before I do, maybe I should start by saying, hang on, I'm gonna do a sip.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I should start by saying, okay, the low voltage lighting we're talking about today is not like the low voltage lighting of like the early aughts, late 90s. Like you and I, we're old timers now.
Right.
Hi, how you doing?
That's the stuff that
Yeah, but like
I
back,
know,
yeah.
frankly. So this is new. Chris is teaching me today also.
Well, I'm learning. I gotta say, I'm on a rapid learn pace. Like I learned a lot from, like you can go to GBA and there's an article by David Werfel. He was on, he did some lighting stuff at a pretty good house. He's got a page in our book, just because he's a good lighting designer. He's a very good communicator. What's the name? I should have had his
Building Matters.
Yeah, he's on Building Matters on Green Building Advisor, but he also has like lightcanhelpyou.com or something like that. We'll put the links in the comments below or whatever the kids do these days. Anyway, and Lloyd Alter had a good article. And then what's happening is, there's a revolution in how we can deliver electricity, because all of our lights are LEDs now. They're sipping electricity as opposed to guzzling it like our other things. And the infrastructure we deliver the power we use to deliver the power, the infrastructure that we use to deliver the power to these LEDs is way oversized. It's overkill. It's like designed for, electricity of the 30s, like we haven't changed the way we wire.
Right. That came first. And then,
Right.
we gradually figured
got better
out
with
some
the
of this
lightings.
other stuff.
But so like I know Phil has experience.
Can I tell you a story?
Yes. Tell me. So like old timey low voltage, and by old timey, I'm talking about early aughts, right? When it's like a couple cables, you have a transformer,
Right.
a couple. It's like
You got a big old box transformer, which
Yeah.
is, I don't know, like 18 by 18 square or so, maybe 4 to 8 inches deep. And this box is where the AC power comes into. And you have to find a place for this box. And from this box is where the electricity transforms from AC to DC.
Right.
And then you have your DC cables that run out, and usually they come in pairs.
Right.
So one goes out and one back. Then you have a light fixture that clips onto each one of these things, and that's your low voltage fixture.
Right, and it just hangs on there. And you can go up and you can grab them. It's perfectly safe.
Yeah,
This
you
is
could grab
low
them.
voltage.
You can put your tongue on it if
Well,
you really want.
Yeah, if you really want.
Yeah. I did not.
Okay, good.
You can stash them in places.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes if you're not careful, you can stash them in places, say your attic.
Yeah.
And then if you do that, and sometimes you might smell some burning.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
my
you
God.
might look up
Oh, my God.
and you might see a little corner, a little wire that's going into the two cables, smoking
No.
and turning black.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. And your wife might say, "Hey, I smell something." No, it's fine. So this happened to me.
Oh, my God, Phil.
I ran upstairs, opened the access panel, and smoke starts pouring out. So apparently I had decided to over-insulate my attic space. So when they applied the cellulose, it was loose-filled cellulose, went everywhere, covered up the transformer,
Oh, my God.
and it started smoking, and it literally
Because it
caught
heated up
fire.
because it,
That's right.
yeah, it's not supposed to be buried in
There's
insulation.
you need airflow around those things. You
Oh,
need to
my
be very
God.
careful and very deliberate. So I opened the access panel, grabbed for the fire extinguisher. I've never used a fire extinguisher. Raise your hand if you've ever actually used a fire extinguisher. in your life.
To extinguish a fire?
To extinguish a fire.
No, I haven't.
Not in college to go, woohoo! No, different.
Yeah.
Different.
Yeah.
So this is the first time I've ever, luckily, knock on wood.
Wow, dude.
I didn't know what I was doing. I stuck it up there, and my wife was calling 911, and then the firefighters came,
Oh, my God.
investigated,
This is a whole
and then
thing.
said, "Nice job." Called me up there. The good news is that their cellulose
Wow.
didn't burn. The borates in the cellulose did their job, didn't
Yeah,
catch
that-
fire. But then they showed me a chunk of one of my roof rafters charred. That's where I put out the fire when I
Dude,
did that. So
that is a close call.
So, there's a big lesson to be learned here about safety,
Absolutely.
right? So, that was dumb what I did. Don't do that.
Don't
But
do
the
what that
risks
architect
in
did.
general are lower when we talk about low voltage lighting.
Okay. Yeah, so that's old timey. Oh, low voltage.
That's right. This
That's
is different what we're talking about
This is
now.
totally different.
Yeah.
So okay.
So in other words, you're telling people, don't be scared by my story.
Don't be scared by Phil's scary story of fire and smoke in his own house.
Now we have different systems.
Yeah, we have different systems. We've matured. It has graduated, and we're doing much better. All right. So let's talk about why we are talking about it. Okay. So Phil, as I was saying before, it's overkill, right? So, one circuit. Let's do it this way.
Yeah.
One 15 amp circuit. All right. Imagine a newly built house, and you're just like, you check out the electric panel, just whatever.
Right.
And there's
your
there's
15s and your 20s, and you get the
15s and
bigger ones
20s
for
or
your
whatever.
fridge and whatnot.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's usually like upstairs lights, downstairs, garage, outdoor, whatever. It's like, it would be like 5 or 6 breakers or whatever. One breaker can handle, like 1,800 to 2,000, watts. Okay. And so, like, for reference, because it's good to talk about these things, for like reference. Like your old timey,
Incandescent light bulbs. Right. We know what like a 40, a 60, a 75, and a 100,
if
right?
you're like really
those are
pumping up
watts, right? So
yeah, those are watts, and you'll even see LEDs still to this day still sold like,
Equivalent
to
to
60
watt,
watt, yeah,
right.
but it's actually 13 or 12. or
right, but
10.
that doesn't really mean anything to
Right, to
the old person's mind.
Right. But if you think about it this way, one LED can light, and I'm doing quotes because they're really discs now. There's like the little razor lights or something like that. One LED light is like 3 volts, 4 volts, and it's like 13 watts. It like barely needs any electricity. Yet we are putting it on a circuit, the same type of circuit that you use, to run your mini fridge and your hair dryer and your vacuum, sometimes all at once. Like, this is a lot of power on a lot of wire with a lot of codes, in place to keep you safe. So you have to hire an electrician and do it. So what if, Phil, this is the whole concept behind the whole thing. What if we decided let's shrink that. Let's not do, full 110, 140 volts,
Right.
12 gauge, 14 gauge wires. And we're talking about gauges where, the smaller is bigger.
Smaller is bigger, right?
So,
22.
Because we're
right.
America, we
It's
got to
small.
have all kinds of
18
weird
is
measurements.
fatter.
Or 18 is, or like 22 is like tiny.
Right.
12 is huge.
It's big, right.
Yeah. So like your typical Romax is 14.2. That's in the white sleeve.
Right.
That's 14 gauge, 2 wires.
Right.
Well,
fairly big.
One ground. Yeah.
And these are, you're talking about like 22 gauge or even
Yeah.
smaller.
So like your low voltage systems. So when we're talking about low voltage, we're talking about the type of wire that is, it's like it literally is, the 22 gauge is like Cat 6 or Cat 5 wire. So that's like your networking computer cables or something like that, which you as a layperson are allowed to plug things in and wire things and do all you want to your heart's content, because
You can't get hurt.
you can't get hurt. If you take those two ends of the wire and go one in this ear, one in that ear, don't do that. Don't do that. But if you hold both, live ends, it's not that you'll be lucky to feel it, So we're talking about, let's step back and let's reduce the infrastructure that we're using to deliver that power to the LED lights. And the reason why we're focusing.
Yeah, what happens when we do that? What can happen?
What do you mean?
Like we can reduce energy use.
Yes. Yeah.
And then we reduce costs.
That's exactly right.
Right. So that's the big picture.
That's why it's coming to a neighborhood and to a house near you, because of the cost situation. This is more than just the altruistic green architect saying, oh, we're going to save energy. And when we're talking about saving energy, we're talking about saving somewhere between 30 to 80% of the energy that this exact same type of LED would use.
Right. So this is why we know it's going to catch on. It's just a matter of time.
Right. And that's like the energy guys. Yeah, but what about the cost guys? Phil, copper is expensive. I don't know if you've noticed, but it's freaking expensive right now.
No, I've heard stories.
You've heard stories.
I haven't gone copper shopping recently, but I know.
Yeah.
Right.
So like,
ain't cheap, and people go into old houses and tear them out of the walls.
That's right.
And resell copper.
They lock that up on the job site.
That's right.
Because it'll walk.
Yeah.
So doing my research into some of this stuff, Lloyd Alter had an article on GBA where he he cites an article where I think it was copper.org or whatever. It says the average house has 195 pounds of copper in it. And that's the average new house that has 195 copper. It's not your old house that has plumbing copper.
Copper.org.
Yeah.
Just copper stats.
Yeah, probably.
100% copper
just
all the time.
All you want to know, bro.
Yeah.
About copper, probably. But he also said to Bloomberg article that Bloomberg NEF that states that we are, congratulations everyone tuning in right now, we're at peak copper, meaning the graph that is supply and the graph that is supply and the graph that is demand are touching now. So like
that's what that is.
We can barely keep up with demand with the supply of copper we have. Okay. So moving forward, we will have more demand than supply can keep up with. And you know what happens when that happens.
That's right. Everything gets really expensive because there ain't enough of it.
Right.
I mean,
and
I wasn't no econ major, but I know that.
Exactly. Same. I run a business.
That's right.
Anyway.
in demand.
Right. So
maybe we should go in the copper business. No, we're actually not going to because of this.
Stay away from the copper business. And from the planet climate side of things, copper is also not great from an embodied carbon standpoint.
No, it's not. That's true.
Right. So you've got like aluminum, and a couple of steps down from there, copper is right there.
It's difficult to mine. It's nasty to produce.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of energy.
A lot of energy and a lot of material to get that shiny copper that we use. Mm-hmm. That's, we use to transmit electricity. But
so the goal in the future is to get rid of as much copper as possible.
Well,
and run these low voltage lines
you're going to want to. So from a cost standpoint, here's another great example and here's why I'm all excited about it, is because I'm working on a project right now where we had a lighting allowance that was in the neighborhood of $11,000. And I know what you're thinking, dang, that's expensive. Oh yeah? Go price some lighting on your, house that's going to be, we're only talking like about a 2,000 square foot house. This is not a huge thing. But it's a nice house. And we had it priced out with a low voltage system. And when it's all done, we're down to like 5. What?
That's amazing.
50% cheaper or more?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And that's still, we still are, I'll get into the details of that system. But this is the reason why it's coming to you. And this is why you should, no matter who you are, you're going to be excited to learn about this because it's going to save you money. You want to be a little bit smarter and on the cutting edge, not following and leading. Or following. Yes.
I have questions.
Yes. You in the front. A student in the front who looks a little inebriated. Go for it.
Just a little bit.
That's low IBV. Yeah.
What do electricians think of this?
Good question, Phil. I don't know. Right. What I do know is there are some that are starting to learn about it.
Yeah.
And I think just like any of these newer techniques and things, like once at first you probably, depending on where you are in the conservative liberal spectrum, not politically, I mean just like, are you open to newer ways of doing things or whatever? Yeah. Depending on where you are in that, you're either super jazzed that there's a better way to do this, even a safer way, or you're kind of not. If you're kind of an electrician, you love having this proprietary thing that no one else can do. And
right, that's a great little niche,
because
to get into.
But also, we do need people who know how these systems work. So even if you're not like an electrician who, don't touch that, you're not a licensed electrician, you'll fry yourself.
But it's just like the thing, like anything that's new is going to be more expensive for a little while.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I mean,
no, it's true.
When you say $4,000 or $5,000 from 11, that's a lot, the fixtures. I don't know if the labor changes dramatically.
Labor only a little bit, but we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Only because it doesn't have to be the electrician anymore once you're in the low voltage side, because what we're talking about, you'll learn that there's classes of types of electricity. I didn't know this until I started looking into it, but anything that's 48 volts and below is considered class 2 and safe to handle. Meaning, go for it. We're talking about, like thermostat wires or, speaker cables, network cables, things like that. We're in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
You don't fry yourself with this stuff. So all of a sudden, trades are going to start picking up this stuff for self-performing, where you don't, you're waiting on this super expensive electrician to show up, but you have this plug-and-play system. You're going to be
this is like DIY Radio Shack sort of stuff.
Yeah, and it's not going to be like, and then you're not governed by codes as severely. The inspection guy's going to be like, oh, that's class 2? No, I don't even look at that. I don't care. Like, instead of, needing that 1.5 inches of distance between your finished surface and the wire, or else it has to be shielded, so the screws don't go in and, cause a disaster. Yeah. You can literally route some wood and just tuck that cord in there, or run it between cushions. Don't do that. I'm being ridiculous, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's you can run this anywhere.
Yeah.
You can run you got freedom. All right.
It's really cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
But we're also talking about, so we're reducing the amount of cost by reducing the amount of material. Mm-hmm. We're going from 12 and 14 gauge wire to 18, 22, 24, 26 gauge. This is fine, tiny stuff. Mm-hmm. And so that's one piece of it. But then, something else to talk about is the transformers that you would normally have. So, right. So, okay, let's think about an LED light.
Yeah.
Natively, just that LED needs DC power.
Right.
So
and it's got a transformer within the bulb itself.
Yeah, in fact, if you
chunky thing that
even the new thin razor things that go up there, they've got this chunky little bit.
You're what is that little thing that's above the screw?
Well, I'll tell you what it's doing is taking line power. It's taking 120 volts, 110, 120, and stepping it down and turning it to DC so that this little light can use. Whenever you have a transfer of power, you lose energy to do that transfer. So
I lost a lot of energy at the last transfer of power.
Yes, I know. Oh, God, me too. Next on our political podcast. So, so what I'm talking about is imagine losing 30% of your energy that you're putting into the line just to transfer it to a native DC low voltage power that LED can use.
Yep.
So you're spending money, you're spending energy to make that change. What if you make that change all the way back at the panel? So this is how it works. You have...
So there's nothing chunky from that point on.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's like all light little plasticky things that you're like, really? I'm going to light my house with this? Yeah, you are, because it's just LED. So the way the setup is, at least this is my understanding of it. So I should say there's a bunch of companies that, there's like 4 that I know of. We've been talking to ATX LED lighting. And so this is their system is like, imagine having, instead of those 7 or 8 circuits that I mentioned earlier, you just have one circuit off the panel, right? And that one circuit goes to another panel. And that panel is your controls and everything for your low voltage. It steps down. So so that transformer.
Does it look like a sub panel? Like a,
instead of being like, you think
doesn't have the little switches that we're used to.
It's a lot like that.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like little circuits. There's like a bus.
Yeah.
And circuits that plug into it.
Yeah.
And they all go off, and you can label them just like that.
Yeah, but, very similar.
But I guarantee it's a little bit fancier. There'll be a couple more lights and things to make you know it's the future, that kind of thing. And it'll be like a white plastic thing. It's not a metal, whatever, because we're low voltage or whatever. So it comes in, and instead of, that big box that almost caused a massive house fire in your beautifully designed architect's house?
I still see it every day because it's now mounted to my ceiling.
Okay, that box is now safely mounted inside this other box that this off the panel. So now all your lighting, all of your house lighting, if you're all LED, which you should be, kids, is just off of one 15, 20 amp circuit, and so it's a space saver on the panel. Like today with our heat pumps and our electric cars and everything just seems to need more and more and more and more space on that panel. Here's a great chance to reduce that to just one circuit. So that transformer lives in that panel, and from there it goes out to your lights in a low voltage system.
That's very cool. Okay.
Yeah, you, a B student in the second row.
So are there any sorts of line losses that are different? Are there less line loss because it's so low voltage, or is it?
No, I think that.
Can you go longer distance because of that?
Distance, I don't know, Phil, but my research hasn't told me. But
the only reason I started thinking about this because what if there was not much line loss for distance and this was cheap? Like, could we start not running these through our walls somehow, like taking the longer route, putting it behind trim and then down. So ways where it was easier to retrofit these things.
I'm going to stop you right there.
Yeah.
Because another benefit of all this stuff is that usually there's Wi-Fi involved. So like your switch, when I go hit a switch, the switch doesn't have to be connected to anything.
Amazing.
It's a radio switch. So the way this works. All right, imagine your 3-way switch. Imagine a living room.
Yeah.
It's got 6 can lights in it. I'm just painting a hypothetical.
Yeah.
And it's a 3-way switch, which means you're over there. You walk in from the kitchen.
And turn it on here, but on the way out, I can
turn it off over there. Yeah. So, but with this, the way this would work is that particular branch, wouldn't call it a circuit. Maybe they call it a circuit. I don't know. That branch that is those 6 lights. There's a little relay up there on like one of the top, on top of one of the switches. Yep. As in, it's just a little plastic thing that the wires go into, and then that's going to talk to your switches. You can have up to 8 switches. So you don't have to have a 3-way switch. You can have 8 of it. I mean, don't be
Yeah.
ridiculous. Don't do this, but you can have
Right.
8. But the way they typically do is they just wire it. They just kind of rest it on top of a little light, and they put it. It's the kind that springs in place, and you put it in there.
Yeah.
And that little light fixture, $20. It doesn't have the transformer on it like that. It's just an LED thing. It goes up there, and now that switch, you can mount it in the wall and be a switch, right, just like it normally is, or you can put that switch in, like, it can be remote, and it can be in the coffee table, and you just pop it up and hit it. And there's all...
How could this not be the future, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so, and then
you're like, you
how's
could
that?
Also operate on your phone, right?
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, you could do that now with like the complex Lutron systems and everything.
I was just gonna say, there's a lot of systems that are low voltage lighting that
they're not low cost.
They're not low cost. They're expensive
Very
because
expensive.
You're delivering power just like you always do, but then you've got this overlay of low voltage for your controls, and it's really cool. It's really dialed in, and you open your app and all that. But what if you don't even need all that? The 120 volt AC. It's all on DC. It's pretty cool. So those wire, you were talking about running a wire up and over and all that jazz. Well, these 3-way switches, you can just eliminate that bit of wiring as well, like all these other things to switches.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah. Oh, God, another question. Yeah, you kid in the back.
I'm learning. I'm
his nose this whole time.
Yeah,
Right. All right.
Oh, you caught that?
Yeah, I did.
On video?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We all see it.
So you can't. This is not good for retrofits, right? This is only for new homes.
Oh no, I think retrofits. It depends how deep's your retrofit. I mean, like if you are like adding a whole room.
I just want to have this conversation because I can see it both ways.
I could too. I'm new at this, so
because they're so small and you can run them anywhere.
Yeah,
you could just leave the old ones in the wall.
Yeah. Well, I think once this gets
them off and then run new ones, like again, like this is what I started thinking about. If you could just take it and run it behind the piece of trim in the corner and over and around and down, it's much easier to,
totally
get this thing in all the weird
rather than fishing it through different.
That's the word I was looking for.
Fishing it. You got to fish your wire through.
Fishing the line.
Totally true. Yeah, you could pop off. You could pop off your trim, route a groove in the back of it.
Yeah.
Tuck your new wire in it and finish nail it right back.
Right. I mean, you can stick a groove in your drywall with a knife practically and shove it in there
and spackle over it.
Right.
You absolutely.
Is that a bad idea? I don't know. Right.
Probably is, but think
you did not hear that from us.
For the do-it-yourselfer, what a miracle!
We're just
this
idea
could be.
guys.
Yeah, I mean, especially if your new house now has this system, and you, the homeowner, understand it. Like the cost of changing things is so diminished, especially if you're handy. Then you can just do this stuff yourself.
Holy.
Oh, do you want to add a light?
Don't be intimidated at all. Yeah. No, I tell you, I didn't know that much going into it, but I'm jazzed. I am energized.
The more I get into it, because this is one of those things where, if all things being equal, one is environmentally more friendly and healthier or whatever, everyone will choose that.
Yeah.
But the second you add in it's more complex. It's more, it's more expensive. And they're like, well, I don't know. I'm pretty comfortable with what we got already. And then that's where we start peeling off the people that, are doing it for whatever reason as opposed to money. So
that's right. What if the organic banana was less expensive than the regular banana?
Right. There'd be no more regular bananas.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right. Not a single one.
And that's what we'd be talking about.
Yeah.
All right.
Can I ask you?
Yeah.
What are the negatives? What should we be worried about?
Oh, that is a good question because there are some. This is new. This is a new thing, and that means if I go down to Home Depot,
this is the unknown unknowns.
It's the unknown unknowns. Well, no, I was going to talk about the known knowns.
Okay.
There are unknown unknowns, but this is a known, which is you kind of have a limited number of fixtures to choose from. We are architects and designers, and I mean, it is so easy to get lost
Yeah.
choosing a perfect light fixture for a perfect place or something like that. And then you're going to find that fixture. And guess what? It's designed to be high voltage and plugged in like these. So like the house that I just talked about where we saved so much, you know, there's still like a regular line voltage light to go over the dining room because we're going to pick out a really nice,
a fancy one that you really like, and it's
then it's going to be there. But you know the recessed lights that are like all throughout the other parts of the house?
Yeah.
Low voltage. That's how it is. So that's like you just pick one or two places where this is important to you. Maybe it's over the island, you know, maybe it's over the dining. But the good news is, so that's the bad news is you might be limited on your choices for fixtures if you go with a low voltage lighting system. But that's okay. In those instances, you just wire it like normal and it's going to be normal. It's going to show up on your other panel, you know, like it always does. So there's that. And then there's you just asked me what electricians think of it. There's not that many electricians to tell me how they think of it because they haven't done it yet. And so there's this.
Yeah, call us or email us or email us. You're not here to call us.
Yeah.
But we'd love to know if there are electricians at all, people who have their experience putting this in.
Sure.
And what they think the negatives are.
And that's thegreenarchitectslounge@gmail.com.
I'm so glad you remember that.
I know. We'd love to hear from you. So like there's 4 companies I know. We've been working with ATX. There's also Lumen Cache, Revi, and AI Spire or Aspire. And that you've heard of WAC lighting, WAC lighting.
I have heard of WAC.
So AI Spire is I'm assuming they pronounce it Aspire. That's their low voltage line. So here we have a major lighting company already trying to adapt to this with their own line. We're going to see this blow up everywhere. So people get
that's smart. That's like the old gas guzzling car makers who are making EVs.
Yeah.
Seeing the future.
Yeah. The other thing I want to point out is, you know how I was talking about that transformer piece, you know, where you've got energy loss every time you do this transformer. Like your cheap LED fixtures, you know, like usually the point of failure is not the LED itself. It's in this transformer piece. It's like an extra part that could go wrong that you're inviting to every single light fixture that you put in. So like the reason why we are always advocating for these higher quality LED fixtures, please don't buy the crappy one off the shelf or the pack of 20 that you can buy on Temu or some dumb crap like that. Don't do that. And that's why we're always saying, no, don't do that because it's just you're going to be replacing them like you were replacing.
Yeah, spend a few extra bucks. They're not expensive in the first place.
Right. But here we have a new product that's totally eliminating the biggest point of failure for all those cheap fixtures. So now we're left with good quality cheap fixtures, maybe hypothetically.
All right, I have another. This is a really dumb question.
Oh, great, of course it is.
Yeah,
hit me.
And maybe it's a 6-digit idea. What if we could use low voltage for other things in the house? Is that
you can
thing? Tell me what.
Well, so like in Europe, there are like places where there's a USB-C, you know, wall socket. You've seen that.
Brilliant. Yes. Yeah. Well, that is for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yes.
But exactly that. Like they're starting to power other things off of USB-C. Like not just computers.
Of course.
You just have the USB-C outlet.
That's right.
And
my electric razor is powered that way.
Yeah, exactly. So all these things that you have that we in the United States right now have these charge cords for.
And that didn't even occur to me that that's low voltage.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly right.
Because I plug it into my standard outlet.
Yeah.
But of course
the metal end is right there for you to lick.
Yeah.
And you're safe to do that. You're allowed.
If I could charge my razor from my laptop.
Right. Exactly.
So be low voltage.
So there's like so many things that we have. You know, they're just not the big things. My espresso machine is probably, and I have an espresso machine, and that's important to me.
Yeah.
But
too much going on.
Too much going on.
Needs a lot of heat, a lot of energy transfer.
I need to punch through those beans and grind them and do all that and heat it up and steam and all that. It's you know.
You don't have the bike powered one yet?
Not yet.
No.
Not yet. As soon as they make it.
Yeah, they only make those in Copenhagen, I think.
I would believe that.
Yeah.
Actually. I bet they exist. Anyway, yeah. So and here's the other thing. Because it's low voltage, the other novelty about all this is like you can simultaneously deliver power and signal at the same time. So like we are going to have devices that you're going to control, via whatever app or something. The brains for your lights can be far remote in that same panel. So like if it's all one system and there's one app for that one system, they're all right there for you to control. So it's like really making it easy. And I think David Werfel in his article brings up this whole other idea, which is you plug in a device, let's say your Razor or whatever it is, and it sends a signal to whatever system and says, I only need 4.5 volts, please and thank you. And the system will say 4.5 volts it is. It'll send a little test, and the Razor will say, and the Razor will go, yep, that's right. And it's kind of like the Internet of Things is right there in your house. So hypothetically, again, why deliver more power than the device needs that it like holds back and transfers and then just takes what it needs? It'll just be delivered what it needs in the future. That's not happening so much to my knowledge now. That's beyond my knowledge.
But again, like it's so logical. It's just a matter of time,
right,
that we figured that one out.
So this is part one, right? Like of this episode, because like here we are, the newbie,
Can't wait to learn more.
The excited guys who are like, we're going to make this happen. I'm going to try it. You're going to try it, whether you like it or not. It's going to happen.
Oh
right?
yeah, definitely.
I mean,
yeah.
So it's coming, and then we're going to start having guests. Are we committing to that?
We are absolutely committing to that.
We're going to start having guests.
There are people out there that are smarter than the two of us, if you can believe that.
Especially when we get to these topics like.
And we want to dig into it a little bit deeper.
Right.
Yeah.
And we want to learn more, just like you guys do.
That's
so
it.
We're going to do that. All right. Did we get everything you wanted to talk about?
I have no more questions yet. I will have a lot more once I start digging into this.
Dude, I'm going to have a lot more too. So, yeah, let's call it.
We did it.
We did it. There's a low voltage podcast episode. Low voltage drinks.
thegreenarchitectslounge@gmail.com.
That's right.
Send us an email. Tell us what you're thinking about this or future episodes. We're all ears. Chris, it's great to be back.
Great to have you back. And subscribe, do all the things that you're supposed to do with social media to make us more popular and make our sponsors happy. We'd appreciate it. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.